Now that Manny Pacquiao has his entire focus on his political career, the boxing world has turned its eye on his eldest son, Jimuel. Jimuel, who already has a couple of amateur bouts under his belt, is now in LA training at the Wild Card Gym. Although he does not want his children to pursue boxing, Manny said in several interviews that he could not help but allow Jimuel to try the sport. Chief, while it's true that they are related, they share the same surname, magkaibang-magkaiba sa maraming aspeto si Jimuel at si Senator Manny Pacquiao. Name it, style, galaw sa loob ng ring, kahit yung stance, magkaibang-magkaiba. Sama na rin natin dito yung upbringing. But the question here is, do you see something in Jimuel that can convince you that he will do good if he decides to turn pro? And I believe it's absurd to think that there is a boxer from this generation or in my lifetime that will surpass the great Manny Pacquiao kahit Jimuel Pacquiao ka pa.
Alam mo, Nisi, sa skill, di natin pwedeng actually masabi pa no? Because we still have to see him. Now, the fact that he wants to become a boxer, wag natin sabihin na he wants to follow the footsteps of his dad. The fact that he wants to be a boxer is itself already a proof na meron siyang future sa boxing, because sabi nga nila boxing is it's a physical sports, talagang kill or be killed, so for someone na magpakita at least ang interest, masasabi mo na automatic yan, parati yan. Pag isang tao gusto maging boxer, may future. Kasi gusto niya di ba? Now, as for the skills, the few times na nakita ko siya na lumaban, even though I think all of them were billed as exhibition fights. Kung may napansin ako, may power, may timing. I think yung father-son dynamic, makikita mo na merong mga galaw na talagang kopya. Kopya, yung mannerism for one, And I think yun yung isang bagay na nakuha ni Jimuel sa kanyang tatay, yung kanyang timing, because yung power naman you cannot compare that. You can say that yung power sa boxing, yung power sa kamay namamana, hindi, it's a matter of timing, So doon pa lang sa aspeto na yun, I think merong nakuha si Jimuel. But again, going back, the fact that he wants to become a boxer, he wants to pursue a career in boxing, that itself, as my respect sa sport na to, pag isang tao gusto maging boksingero, may future yan.
Since nabanggit mo na, Chief, yung father and son, if based on the old proverb that the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree, that saying has not held water for the most part in boxing history. Madami yan. The Durans, the Camachos, Marvis Frazier, the best example, the son of Joe Frazier. There were a handful who came really close, like Tracy Harris Patterson, Corey Spinks, and even Guti Espadas Jr. But still, it's a few. In the Philippine setting, we have the Peñalosas, the Elordes. Are we looking at the same scenario with the case of Jimuel Pacquiao?
Who knows, Alam mo, one thing about the fighting senator, Manny Pacquiao, in his entire career as a boxer, he is really incomparable. Even sa age, ako, I still believe in last fight. Hindi dumating si Father Time sa T-Mobile Arena. I really thought that it was a case of him being rusty or him being overtrained. So that being said, plus the style. That being said, you can compare Manny talaga with all other 40-plus-year-old fighters. So probably, who knows, baka siya din, baka siya lang ang talagang bumasag dun sa sinasabing hindi pa pwede yung ibibihira yung success ng father napapantayan nung kanilang mga anak. You mentioned about Tracy Harris. I believe Tracy Harris Patterson and is an adopted son, ano,
Yes, oh.
of Floyd Patterson, ano, but sa kanya lumaki, ano. Perhaps the most successful, hindi father and son, father and daughter, si Leila Ali, di ba? But yun nga, who knows? Who knows? Baka sila yung ano, baka sila yung ika nga maging most successful father and son, no, na naging successful in terms of sa prize fighting, in kanilang respective careers.
Now, Chief, with the Pacquiao name, Jimuel will always be compared to his father if he decides to go pro. Chief, do you think there is another way around it? What does Jimuel have to do to be his own man if he decides to turn pro?
Just focus on his craft. Whatever craft meron siya, work on it, enhance it, no? And syempre nandiyan naman yung kanyang father, no? To guide him, and wala naman siya ibang dapat pakinggan kundi yung kanyang father, no? Two things. Yung first one is yung sinabi ko na nga, no? Just focus on his craft, work on something or things that will enhance his skill. And number two, don't listen sa mga bashers, no? And yung mga destructive na mga criticisms, ano? Because there will be comparison talaga. Kasi sabi mo nga, dala niya mabigat na pangalan, ano? Yung Pacquiao. But personally, you know, I like this for Jimuel, no? Whatever plans he's got in the next couple of months and in the next few years, because I really feel that this will make him a better person. Ano? Because for one, he's looking at a legitimate career. Number two, it's good, no, that we're hearing someone, no, na anak ng isang celebrity who's not into, you know, not into drugs, not into mga illegal activities, and so on and so forth. Ano? It's something that we should consider as a good news, because here's a guy, a young man, no, who's thinking about his future and is looking at, no, a career that will make him. It may not make him a world champion. It may not make him as successful or even close to what his father has achieved, you know. But definitely, it will make him a better person, you know, as his career progresses.